Last time on Mega Man V, Mega Man returned to Earth after 2 years, and then he fought Terra almost immediately. He did go turn over those gems to Dr. Light first, but then he fought Terra on the moon, and that should have ended it. However, Wily appeared in a big spaceship, and then blew up the moon, so yeah, here comes the moon rubble. We're in Doomsday Zone now, except rip moon, I guess. This is just the moon, but dead. Anyway, yes, we've got a Rush flight segment. Now, unfortunately, Rush does have charge shots, but, like, they're not a charged fist. They're those pathetic energy weapons. So, I guess we'll have to make do, though, because, you know, it's all we got. Mega Man can't attack on his own, because he's in the ship. That is his dog. So, not much to really do in that first segment, just, dodging space rocks. We do, however, have the, I think they're like Malmets, they're called, which is actually more of a pun in Japanese, because I think the actual pun there is like they are just round helmets. In English, it just sounds like they're bad helmets, though. Malmets, they're like helmets, but evil. Very malicious they are. But anyway, yeah, they're simple enough. You just kind of want to weave around them. They'll fire a single shot. Unfortunately, there might be a good timing for these. I haven't timed it out myself, but they don't have an animation specifically for shooting at you. And anyway, dropping that, because that was a big laser. So yeah, now we're being attacked by the ship. Of course, it is called the Wily Star, because it's a big battleship in space, and it's round, so it is the Wily Star. And for this fight, we get this extremely good Mega Man sprite. God, this is so powerful. I love it. Anyway, the Wily Star, or I think this is actually the Skull Blazer at this point, the Skull Blazer is only weak when it opens its mouth, but you want to avoid it initially, or it will fire a laser into you, killing you instantly. Not instantly, you won't die instantly, that would be kind of bullshit, but it will hurt, so maybe don't get hit. It is very easy to dodge, though. Just be out of its way, and then just fire when it's done. The ship isn't going to change up how it's floating up and down, so it's pretty predictable. You should know where it will be. It's not going to catch you by surprise. Kind of a weak death weapon, Wily, but whatever, I guess I won't judge you too harshly. Gotta do one more cycle. Honestly, the missiles really aren't too bad either. A touch hard to hit, but if you really need the extra hitbox, just charge first. Not like you're not gonna charge in time to do that. And that's Skull Blazer done. And so, we now move in to the Wily Star. So yeah, we don't get a map of the ship, unlike the NES games. We just go right in. There's some separation between stages, but yeah, there's no distinct you are here now kind of signal. So yes, in essence then, there is pretty much just one Wily stage. It is a very long stage, however, and also one that apparently wants you to grind if you used up too much of Uranus or Pluto's weapons. Actually might be able to go down there, but you might not want to, because I think there's actually something on this path you will want. Not the spikes, they're very dangerous. And yeah, you can also see the Grab Buster getting to work there. And oh yeah, I think this is actually a split path situation, but this is the better path, I think. And we actually have the indication of a boss. So, this being the last Game Boy Mega Man game, this is actually sort of a celebration, I guess, of some of the things in the past games. While we won't see any of the NES bosses that were in the Game Boy games, we will see the Game Boy exclusive bosses, or at least they were at the time, the Mega Man Killers. This is Anchor. He appeared in Dr. Wily's Revenge, so the first Game Boy game. He is he is probably my favorite of the Mega Man Killer designs, and I kind of like his fighting style, and I love his walk cycle. It's so good. He will basically attempt to absorb your shots when he raises his thing, and then he'll fire at you. But he's really not that big a deal. He's actually pretty easy. His gimmick, though, is typically to attempt to absorb things with his weapon, the Barrier Spear. So as long as you know to look out for that, you can avoid him pretty easily. And yeah, this is what I was thinking about earlier, but it is not exclusive to taking the top path. It will, however, refill our weapon energy, which is nice. So yeah, I think Enker is just generally easier with the Buster. Yeah, I don't think he actually has a specific weapon weakness, so you pretty much just need to charge him, which, you know, considering you have to wait for him to finish his stuff so that you can attack, pretty easy to get a charge shot off on him. But that is one of the Mega Man killers, so of course we've got more to take care of. And no, I'm not wasting more of Uranus's weapon as, you know, throwing projectiles, and definitely not using them here just to risk myself to, I guess, do more damage against those enemies? They must be weak to these stones then. Otherwise, why would you do that? Why would you pick up the blocks that are separating you from death? So, the second Mega Man killer is Quint. Quint is special because he's actually Mega Man from the future, where he's been programmed, or reprogrammed by Dr. Wily. So yeah, he's bad future Mega Man, and he's got a pogo stick, and I don't know why. It's just the most inexplicable thing. Dr. Wily just made Mega Man evil and gave him a pogo stick. Anyway, he's dead now. He didn't really much care about anything else, he just wanted to ride his pogo stick. And be evil. You know how it be. You get reprogrammed, sent back into the past, and you have to kill your own past self, but you just want to dig a hole with your pogo stick in the ground and not care that people are shooting missiles at you. Alright, so this is a pretty simple segment. It's just falling blocks. Sometimes they're flying chickens. You usually don't have to care about them. That guy attacked unexpectedly, though. And yeah, here we have a choice between Uranus and Pluto. I'll take the Pluto path, because, you know, just easier like that. You gotta waste less weapon energy. Alright, so you could get some items if you wanted to. I'm not even gonna risk it. This is where the path converges, or paths reconverge, rather. There is more than one path, otherwise they wouldn't converge. It's kind of the point of converging paths. Alright, so we've got our indicator for the next boss. This is Punk. Good name. I also like his design as well. I think of the Mega Man killers, I don't like the next guy we're going to fight, and I guess I'm not huge on Quint as well. I guess I appreciate the fact that, like, bad future Mega Man is just a weird robot with sunglasses who rides a pogo stick. Otherwise, yeah. Oh, and I should mention, his color scheme is actually green, which is, you know, hard to tell on the Game Boy, but, you know, he's not just blue like Mega Man is. But, yeah, Punk's pretty good. I kind of like his style. He likes to roll around. He does have a lot of iframes, though, which helps him survive, but I don't like it. And so, the final Mega Man killer, who, of course, given the naming scheme of the other bosses, much like the main characters of the games, is Belade. It's another musical term. Weird that these are some of the only characters who really get that treatment outside of the main cast. And in the American version, like, Roll is still named Roll, but then they changed Rockman to Mega Man, so that's not rock and roll anymore. So that pun is kinda lost. Proto Man, of course, was called Blues in the Japanese version, so him being called Proto Man changes things a bit. So yeah, like, in the English version, the Mega Man killers still have musical terms as names, so, like, they're actually kind of the odd card out in terms of everything. But I still feel like it's kind of significant for the Japanese versions. Because there are more characters with musical terms as names, but, you know, the fact that it's the Game Boy villains that get it is, you know, unexpected. You would think that the Mega Man killers would just be random, named enemies who don't have any sort of specific scheme. But, yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention, all of these bosses are in order of their appearance in the game. So, Quint was on Mega Man 2, Punk was Mega Man 3, and Blade was Mega Man 4. Or, I guess Mega Man IV, given my, naming scheme. Hello again, Proto Man. You keep appearing, and you keep giving me an S, but hey, it's useful, so I'll take it. But, yeah, all of the Mega Man killers came back for one final hurrah on the Game Boy. But they're dead now, and now that we've had our weapons recharged, it's time to move on to the next section of the Wily Star. It's the boss refights, so see you next time for that.